Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? What's the vibe? Let me know down below. So today is not going to be a super long live today. So we are going to refrain from asking questions in the chat, right? That are personal questions. Please save them for tomorrow. Let me get this. So Spirit said that there's gonna be another mass awakening this year, coming soon here. Okay, as the collective are making a bunch of ways that even the world government cannot predict or foresee, that's going to affect them as well. Okay, so let's just this is like the end of March, Spirit Sam. Let's go ahead and pray into the cards, okay? And then we are going to get started with today's reading and see what Spirit has for us here. Alrighty, I call upon our great divine, our most high, our divine ancestors, and our divine spirit guides to give us the divinely accurate messages that each and every soul needs to hear today. Not what they want to hear, Spirit, but what they need to hear in order to grow, learn, and evolve along their journeys. Please allow me to deliver these messages in a divinely eloquent manner that allows for each and every soul to understand and interpret the messages that are needed so that they can be in accordance with your will for their destiny timeline. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. So it is, Ashe. What's up, Spirit? Welcome in, welcome in. How you guys doing? How you feeling? Let me know down in the chat, okay? Just saw the Tower card. Oh, it's at the bottom of the deck now. This is way too many. Tyson is funny. Be patient with me, guys. This is my largest deck. As the turbulence comes to the end and the dust settles, a new wave of leaders. Yeah. How did you want to finish that, Spirit? A new wave of leaders. Confront not just the darkness within this realm, but within themselves. So we have the Five of Swords, Hierophant, and the Devil. That said the Five of Cups. Where'd the other card go? Six of Swords. See, Spirit had me say Five of Cups when I have the Five of Swords in reverse. The Five of Cups is like spilled milk energy. Something about a reversal spell. Something reverse the effects of what these dark deletes were trying to do in the background here. All right, we have this card flipped over. I'm gonna put it back. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let me know down in the chat. We're just doing the collective reading today, okay? So please refrain from asking questions in the chat. Alrighty, you could do that tomorrow. Yeah, Spirit brought up the Five of Cups because of this is like a reversal of energy here. Like whatever they were trying to do and usher in here just got like, Spirit is showing like I don't know how to explain this. How do you it's like something folding in on itself. It's like I could see it, but I don't know how to describe this image to y'all, to be honest. Like, it's just like if it were like a straight line or something, right? And then it literally folds back into itself. Yes, Spirit said this is going to cause big shifts in paradigms across the world, leading us to these calmer waters, to insightful change. Insightful change, stronger foundations. Humanitarian foundations, Spirit said. So foundations that are centered around the support of humanity, the longevity of humanity, and not just some folks, you know, who became really rich and decided to keep everything a secret from everyone else. Not that, no. This is giving world peace timeline energy here. He said energy is being implanted in the spiritual. Are starting to sprout in the physical. Growing roots all over the world. Something so stable. These deletes can't even, yeah, they can't even mess with this. This is God's plan here. This is set in stone work. Everything that has happened has been leading up to this change. I just saw the Five of Wands. Welcome in, guys. Welcome in. How y'all doing? How y'all feeling? Let me know down in the chat, okay? Let's see. We're just doing the collective reading, okay? So follow along, vibe with us. It's free. However, I do ask that you tap the screen, share the live, and you don't have to, but if you want your energy to be flowing in the reading, then it is highly appreciated, and I am highly grateful for your gifts, okay? Make sure you're commenting to stay in the flow of the energy. The more energy you pour into the collective reading, the more accurate it gets for you. Alrighty, we have 10 of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. Okay. Spirit said finally putting an end to this backwards thinking, bringing clarity of mind and emotion to the people who are meant to lead at this time. While the fraudulent pretenders are facing karmic hit after karmic hit, Spirit said. Okay. What's this song? This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. This ain't what you want. Hold on, what's the name of that song? Is that, I feel like that's, hold on, is that X? Hold on. Not XXXTentacion, but the song X. Let me see. Is that what you... look up these lyrics. Oh, Kendrick. Okay. No, it's called King's Dead. By, this is a few people, but it's called King's Dead. This is from, you guys remember the movie Black Panther, right? Black Panther had this song in one of the backgrounds, and they're like, this ain't what you want, this ain't what you want. This one, what's the other word? Miss me with that BS. You ain't really wild, you're a Taurus. Yeah. Let me see where it says. I thought they have a line about, hold on. I think they have another line about this. Welcome in, guys. Hold on, I'm trying to find. There's like a... Okay, maybe I gotta like listen to it to know what part specifically it is of the song. But like the significance in the Black Panther was that the previous king had perished, the ruler of I'm blanking, but Wakanda. Yeah, there it is. The ruler of Wakanda had perished, and they needed a new ruler, right? And Michael B. Jordan, I forget his character's name, but Michael B. Jordan, he played, the guy that comes in and wants to take the throne from the already set up line of descendants for the throne, right? Because of his family history, okay, and his connection to the throne, right? And they played that song to symbolize that the old rule is dead and the new kingdom has begun, right? So that's a symbolization of a death to something and a new beginning there. All right, so it make like when you watch the movie and you hear where they play the song, the context makes sense, guys, and makes sense why Spirit has the death card at the bottom of the deck, as we're talking about the song King's Dead, right? And when we say King's Dead, we're talking false prophets, we're talking pretenders, these people in positions of power who are acting to be something they were never actually granted access to be. Hi, Lean. How you doing? Hi, Alicia. Hi, Paps. How you guys doing? How you feeling? Let me know down in the chat, guys. Like I said at the beginning of the live, please refrain from asking any questions in the chat that are personal questions, because that's not what we're doing today, okay? Tomorrow, more than welcome to ask your questions, but today is only the collective reading, okay? Alrighty. But yeah, like, that's no coincidence there. I start channeling the King's Dead song, and then the death card is at the bottom of the deck. So yeah, Spirit is saying, well, I wasn't gonna say that, Spirit, but yeah, I guess Spirit is on that off with their heads type of timing. And Judgment at the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Yeah. It's not going good for them in spiritual court, Spirit said. It's not. Like, the way that Spirit said, imagine their lawyer gave up and doesn't want to defend them anymore, and now they're just trying to scramble for anything, everything, to make sure that they don't go down as hard for their crimes, their spiritual crimes, their physical crimes, right? They're trying to cushion the fall. They're trying to make sure, they can get back up. However, Spirit is saying, yeah, no, bodies gonna drop, heads will roll. It's not that type of party with them no more, okay? And seeing the dragon with the moon, it's like the breath of fire shining light on all the darkness. Yeah, bringing clarity to all the souls. Okay. Spirit said, let's go ahead and switch. Alrighty. Truth and communication. They made a... These individuals went all in on some bet here, okay, on some outcome for humanity, right? That involves blocking truth, blocking communication from coming out, right? This is, you know, why they take it so long with the Epstein files, out here making bets, making deals and stuff that are high risk gambles, right? Spirit said this is high risk because it's really them shouting into the void. Spirit said this is a high risk for them because they're shouting into the open void right now, right? Yes, hun. This is more worldly events and worldly energies than just specific energy in the collective, right? But yeah, so these individuals, they don't have any say so. Like when it comes to co-creation, like I don't know how much money they spent on this, right? But they spend in every nickel and dime to have something transpire here on this planet that makes it so that they can continue what they've been doing, manipulating, right? The toxic card. Being intrusive to energy, disregarding boundaries, using energy in a toxic manner. Yeah, so they could keep doing this, right? That's what the spirit said. That's why they're pouring all their energy, all their currents of chi, their money, right, their currency into you know, shoot. This is even how they're attacking like psychics, witches, light workers, okay, star seeds, right? This is literally how they are being harmful and destructive. They're violating boundaries. You see how boundaries come up several times here, disregarding boundaries, violating boundaries. Spirit is making it very clear that they have crossed energetic boundaries as well as physical boundaries in many individuals' lives, and they're still attempting this as they move forward, as we all move forward here into this calmer waters with the six of swords, right? These individuals, like these deletes, right? Illuminati, Freemasons, right? They're flipping out right now. They're genuinely thinking that if they keep investing their currents of chi, right, their currency, their energies, I do, but not today, okay? It is, we're answering questions tomorrow. Today is just a collective, okay? Yeah, so they don't get a say so in how things shape up. And yeah, because of all of this, right? This card says adversity, conflict, opponent, disputes, fighting, competition, rivalry, fighting style, self-defense and combat, right? But adversity, right? We have conflict, opponent. They keep going up against highly divine, spiritually ranked individuals, being cutthroat about the way they do it, right? Their rituals, how they're treating kids. If you guys haven't read the Epstein files, then Make sure you meditate before and after, but read them if you are interested in knowing what they're doing to the kids, right? Like I said, being very cutthroat. Look, and conflict is on both of these cards, okay? Yeah, these individuals here really believed if they kept pushing for war, if they kept pushing for these energies of just like causing all this turbulence in the timeline, right, that they would be the ones on top, that they would win, that they you know what I'm saying. However, the truth is being revealed about who these people are, what they're doing, what their intentions are for everyone, right? Because it was never about solely gaining control and power, right? It's always been deeper than that. There's always been more underlining reason than just keeping control and keeping everyone docile, right? As they feed off of children's energy, okay, and plot heinous crimes against humanity, okay? Like I said, you have the Truth Revealed card. So what intuitives and pattern recognizers, aka known as, right, conspiracy theorists, they're just pattern recognizers, right? What they have been, we have been telling you guys for years, right, about this stuff, okay? Like I said, you can watch my videos on YouTube, okay, from 2021 when I was first talking about these things, right? Okay, so yeah, we've been intuitives, light workers, star seeds, pattern recognizers, everyone has been talking about these things for years, and now they are just now starting to be revealed as truth, because I don't know, so many people don't trust their intuition anymore, because of how, you know, the Matrix society has basically dragged intuition through the mud, okay? When in actuality, they're just scared of it. They're definitely planning something for the end of this month, because we got the spring equinox energy coming up next week, okay? And like I said, there's going to be another mass awakening. But whatever this is, they're trying to produce more madness and delusion. So they're trying to confuse people further. You know how they're already doing that, right? AI generated videos, okay, all this new technology coming out, alien files, right? They're already trying so much here. At this point, I truly believe they're gonna like guerrilla warfare, psychological warfare, the rest of the Epstein files. I mean, like, the way they're planning to do it, yeah, it's gonna be a tad weird for a minute, okay? However, Spirit is saying you are safe here, okay? Right? There's no need for the collective to be worried about this. Okay, this is why it's important for you guys to be meditating. All right, drinking your water. All right, staying calm, cool, collected, keeping your nervous systems in check. Alrighty, not feeding into any of the energies that they're trying to orchestrate here. Okay, because at the end of the day, they need your consent to use your energy, and if you're not consenting or giving permission or access to your energy, right, your focus isn't on them but on creating and building a better world for all of us, right, then they can't use your energy to orchestrate something. They can't use your energy to plot your demise. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what they intend to do. However, if you don't give them that permission, they will not be able to. Okay, you need consent, right? And that is why Spirit has brought up disregarding boundaries, right? Violating boundaries, because when it comes to energy, right, when it comes to even your physical boundaries, but also your energetic boundaries, people are not allowed to cross those. Okay, this is why, you know, an example of that is when I ask you guys to consent to me reading on your energy during Thursday readings or during our one-on-one sessions, right? Why I'm asking for that, because you have to consent to me reading on your energy, right? Otherwise, you know, I'm violating your privacy, and you know what I'm saying? Like I said, we got to make sure that there's no misunderstanding in the spiritual realm, because I don't want my ancestors to have to whoop nobody else's ancestors because of a misunderstanding. You know what I'm saying? So if we avoid all of that, then there is no energetic boundaries being crossed, right? However, these deletes, these Freemasons, the Illuminatis, the CIA, FBI, every ABC agency you can think of are out here purposely going against souls' energetic boundaries, trying to get them to unconsciously accept things that into their reality that they don't, not a lot of them are aware of, right? We in the room, we're aware of this, right? Okay, but there's still many people that are in denial, who are not in awareness of what's going on, or not to the full extent. And whatever's happening by the end of this month is going to shift that. Okay, there's not going to be a lot of people who are going to be able to sit there and claim denial, claim that they don't know what's going on, or claim that, you know what I'm saying, that it may be fake news. Whatever is about to take place here, okay, it's gonna have everybody facing humility, right? And humility means you have to accept reality in order to change it, because if you're in denial about it, then how can you change it? Okay, alrighty. No sound, hun? I'll have to check it out later. Okay, Disa, I have to check it out later for you. Hi guys, welcome in. Oh, it's raining again. Yeah, see, and like whatever they're trying to do, I feel like Mother Gaia has been trying to clear it out, right? They have been trying to, whatever energy they're trying to bring forth, whatever CERN is doing with their, you know, shifting of particles, trying to shift the atom so we quantum shift slightly, so, you know, the Mandela effects aren't too large, right? Mother Gaia has been rinsing that energy out. Like, the rain today has been crazy, guys. And if you've been feeling the shift of the energies, you've been feeling waking up around like 3 a.m., 4 a.m., right? That means you're definitely feeling the shifts that Mother Gaia is on too. Okay, so if you're neurodivergent, if you're empathetic, right, if you're clairsentient, okay, you're going to be feeling these energies of Mother Gaia literally trying to alchemize energy, right? And we need to be helping her alchemize this energy too. If you know how to use alchemization, is meditation, visualization, and you can use your hands if you like to get creative, but right, separate from some people use candles, incense and stuff like that for alchemization too. However, I am more of a visualization, use my hands, get creative with it, and still can imagine and feel the energy, right? Because you can feel the energy centers in your hand. When you practice a lot, you can start feeling the energetic pool between your hands. It's like, I want to say like a magnet, but sometimes it does feel like how a magnet shifts in your hand, okay? Which can lead you to Reiki practice, or any other magic that requires your palm centers, okay? But yeah, so yeah, just make sure you're taking care of yourselves, okay? Grounding, if you can, get outside. Tell your ancestors, tell your spirit guides to help you alchemize the energies, especially this week. Tell the trees, tell the plants, okay? Make sure that people that you know and the that are also into spirituality, right, know to be alchemizing the energy at this time, okay? Because when we're all grounding and alchemizing the energy and visualizing a better world, right, and making sure we're clearing out and visualizing all the negative energy being cleared out from the planet, right, all of that is a very powerful effect when we co-create together, okay? It's way powerful than just one person doing it by themselves, because we are literally all gods. And if gods come together to create, then, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, you know what I'm saying? If gods come together to create, it's gonna be good, okay? Mama Odie said. Alrighty. Okay, guys. I love you all. Remember that we do speak love, justice, and peace. Alrighty. I will see you guys tomorrow for the personal readings. Remember, if you go on the Mira app, the 30-minute one-on-one sessions are technically, you know, cheaper than they would be for the month of March, okay? Like 75% cheaper. So you can go on there. It's $12.22. Usual price is $50. So it for the month of March, you don't have to schedule it in March either, and you don't have to pay until 24 hours in advance, but you do have to make the appointment in March. Like I have to see that you schedule an appointment with me in March for you to get the price discount, okay? I don't care if you scheduled it for May, right? But you booked it in March, right? And then you scheduled it for May, but you don't have to pay me until May, right? And make sure you put that in your notes as well, okay? So that we're keeping track of all of that, okay? Like I said, it has to be paid for by 24 hours, okay? So 24 hours before your appointment date, right? You have to make sure that you pay. And this is only for the discounted price in March, okay? When normal price, normal booking, it's always, when we're doing normal booking price, it is at the time of booking, okay, which is in the policies and the terms of conditions for our energy exchanges, okay? And then, like I said, for March, we're doing it differently just because you guys are using the Mira app, right? And it still takes you to it takes you to my Calendly website, okay, or you can book the appointment. It's just, you know, you have to just follow the steps, okay? Alrighty, guys. What else? New YouTube video up today. Alrighty, discussing the Carnelian Law. If you're interested in the Carnelian Law, talking about TV shows, movies, animes that have spiritual topics, right? Conspiracy theories, right? As we know, none of that stuff is conspiracy no anymore after the Epstein file is released. Now we're just trying to weave out the truth out of these people. Okay, so other than that, Friday night we do have game night. So if you want to play with us, the link is in my bio for the Discord server. And that's our week. That's the rest of our week, guys. Okay, I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe twice tomorrow. I don't know. I'll let you know how it's feeling. Okay, like I said, Earth energy is I'm gonna say fluctuating, but it is trying to clear out a lot of the negative energies they're trying to bring in. So we're just gonna play it by ear at this point. Okay, I love y'all. I'll see y'all next time, hon. Let me see if I get it at the same time.